Everyone, welcome to today's edition of Daily Market Rundown, where we break down the key financial developments that are shaping the stock market and global economy as a whole. So, in today's session, we'll cover the Apple's major shift to India, JSW MG Motors' aggressive EV targets, Indian hotels' growth strategy, and China's export surge amid rising the trade tensions. So there's a lot to talk about in this video, and let's get right in. Talking about the global manufacturing shifts, Apple has taken a major step in diversifying its production base by assembling $22 billion worth of iPhones in India for the fiscal year ending March 2025. India now accounts for about 20% of total iPhones production, marking a significant shift away from China, which has been Apple's dominant manufacturing base for years. This increase comes amid the rising geopolitical tensions and global push to diversify the manufacturing sources. Apple has ramped up operations with major suppliers like Foxconn, Wistron, and Pegatron, with the plants in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka handling not just assembling but testing and packaging for the latest iPhone models. Exports from India alone reached approximately 1.5 trillion rupees, which is $17.4 billion in FY25, thanks to the India's PLI scheme, which is Production Linked Incentive Scheme, which has encouraged this shift. This move highlights the Apple's commitment to mitigate the risk related to the reliance on China while tapping into India's growing manufacturing capabilities. Now shifting our gears to electric vehicle sector, JSW MG Motor India is setting ambitious targets, aiming for electric vehicles to make up 65% of its total sales by the end of 2025, which is this year. In FY24, EVs accounted for 50% of its 60,000 vehicle sales, and this growth is primarily driven by the popularity of MG Windsor, which was launched in September 2024. The Windsor's innovative battery as a service, which is BAAS model, where customers purchase the vehicle at 9.99 lakh rupees and pay a subscription for the battery, has been a game changer for this company. With 20,000 units sold in just 6 months, MG Motor is well positioned to capture a larger share of India's rapidly growing EV market. In FY25, MG sold over 30,000 EVs, cementing its position as a strong contender in India's EV race, right behind the Tata Motors, which hold 38% of the market. In another significant move within the hospitality industry, the Indian Hotels Company has expanded its footprint, adding 100 new locations to its portfolio in FY25. This includes the opening of 26 new properties and 74 hotel signings, taking its portfolio to 380 hotels. IHCL is leveraging its strong brand equity, especially across its Ginger, Vivanta, and Taj brands, to capitalize on the buoyant demand for the hospitality sectors or services. As a part of this ambitious Accelerate 2030 strategy, this company aims to reach 700 hotels by 2030, more than doubling its current size. This company has expanded into new international markets, including the Bahrain and Ras Al Khaimah, which is also focusing on key domestic locations like New Delhi, Goa, and Dehradun. Now, on the global front, China has reported an impressive surge in exports, with 12.4% increase in March 2025, despite the mounting pressures of rising US tariffs. However, economists cautioned that this surge could be short-lived due to the ongoing trade war. While exports rose, imports dropped by 4.3%, highlighting the subdued domestic demand. This widening trade surplus in the US could further strain relations between the two economic giants. In response to US tariffs, China has retaliated with its own duties, creating a tense environment in the global market. Moreover, imports of key commodities like soybean and iron ore have decreased, signaling the potential weakness in China's domestic economy. As the US-China trade tensions continue to evolve, both sides are expected to implement additional measures to stabilize their respective economies, but the uncertainty remains very high. That's a wrap up for today's market rundown. From Apple's big move in India to the ambitious EV targets by JSW MG Motors and the impressive expansion plans of Indian hotels, there is a lot unfolding on the global and local front. Stay tuned for more expert insights and updates. We'll be back with all the latest updates to keep you ahead of the game in the market.